Thank you, everyone, for coming to our meeting here, our next volunteer meeting. Sorry for, again, a delay, but I think we're in a little better shape this time. We got the volunteer list worked out yesterday. Hopefully everyone got their volunteer email newsletter with an agenda for today's meeting. If there's anyone who didn't get that, there is a way to subscribe to it, and I'll put that link out a little bit later. But we've got an agenda today, a little bit more organized than usual, old business and new business. On the old business, a week from now, Bante, you have your inauguration, and we had talked briefly about food for the inauguration. Is there anything that we need to do with that?
Hopefully tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I meant to go this week, but things got a little bit out of hand. But I'm going to go to the Thai restaurant and see if they will help out with that.
Okay. And then I think Meghna was going to bring some food as well. Do you want me to confirm that?
It's going to be potluck, so hopefully several people bring food.
Okay.
I don't know who's actually coming. It might be a small crowd.
Okay.
Not like we have a lot of room anyway.
Okay. I can confirm with her just in case, if you like.
I asked Peter Pitt here if we could send money over to Canada, and they looked at me funny. They had no idea what I was talking about. So.
Really, you were not able to order an online card to Peter Pitt?
No, I actually walked into a store here.
Oh, okay.
And the lady behind the
I'm
counter.
not able to hear this person talking. Who's that? Is that Douglas? Oh.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry. Yeah, so I walked in. I walked into a Peter Pit here, and I asked them. I said, "Oh, you know, I've got this friend over in Canada. I would like to, you know, send some money to them through Peter Pit. Is this available?" And they thought I was really strange. Why would you want to do that? And no.
I'd like to feed a monk in Canada.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's.
It's entirely possible online. I went to Peter Pit Canada. I don't have the link available right off the top of my head, but they're online. It's entirely possible to send an e-card. All you need is the email, which is yutadamo@gmail.com, and it goes through right away. It's pretty easy to use. So.
Okay, fantastic.
I haven't verified that yet.
No, I sent one.
Peter Pit?
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't I gotten it?
I sent it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think, when we were...
I would say it probably doesn't work because I haven't gotten a Peter Pit. Have I?
Really?
Maybe I have.
Yeah, we were on Mumble at the time, and I'm pretty sure you confirmed that you got it, but check and get back. But there is the mechanism in place to send an e-card through Peter Pit, but it's just online. Other food cards are working well too. We had put out a request on Facebook this week for support for breakfast through Tim Horton cards, and I guess a couple of those came through as well, so that was good support from our Facebook group. Got to work on getting the Facebook group connected with both the volunteer newsletter and just kind of moving it off Facebook, not moving it off Facebook, but linking it more over to the Sirimangalo site and getting their emails to have them be part of the volunteer group if they're interested in that. That'll help a little bit. So there were a few things that were going to happen with the website this week, and I see the monthly budget is up there now on org.sirimangalo.org. So that looks good. Who put that up there, Anthony?
That was me. I'm planning to update the rest of the backlog. There's a lot to put up there.
Oh yeah. No, but having that 1 month up there was good. That's good progress. And George, you had a bunch of things you were doing with with org.sirimanglo.org, right? Actually, George is not here. Oh, okay. George is not here. Okay. Maybe we can check in with him next time. Just while I'm thinking of it, this will actually be our only meeting for the next 2 weeks, because next Sunday, Bhante has the open house, the inauguration at the monastery. I've got a family reunion next weekend, so this will be our, it'll be 2 weeks before we meet again. So maybe we can kind of quickly get through everything we need to get through for 2 weeks. But the org.sirimanglo.org, it is open now. I know last week it wasn't even accessible. Now it is. There's some older information on it from 2012, 2013. But I know George was working on... George was working on updating some of that, so hopefully he'll be joining us again in a couple of weeks and let us know how that's going. But we were wanting to have a couple things on org.sirimanglo.org to try to move our fundraiser there, to try to move the wish list there, and to try to move a volunteer page there to have it be a hub so we're not so scattered between Facebook and Google Plus and all these different things.
For sure, the less dependence we have on these social media sites, the better.
Yeah, social media is good for linking it into, because there's so many views there. It's good for giving the information to link it to sirimanglo.org, but it'll definitely be more beneficial to have sirimanglo.org be our hub, because some people don't.
Is someone sending out even a generic thank you for monetary PayPal donations?
I'm supposed to be doing that, but I'm quite behind.
Okay. Does that include? That must include you caring, because it all goes through PayPal. Okay. So I'm changing that on the site. It said Bharat, who is in Singapore, I think.
Mm-hmm. Since there's a backlog of those thank you emails that need to be sent, I'm thinking of getting just together a list of all the people who have sent and BCCing all of them. What do you think?
Sorry, say again?
So there's maybe 100 thank you emails that haven't been sent, at least 100, maybe 300 or so.
Oh.
And so I'm thinking of getting all their email addresses together and just sending a mass thank you email, just BCC all of them.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was wondering about that. So that you said that would include the You Caring people as well?
Yes.
Wonderful, yeah, because I was wondering if we should do something like that. That would be good. Just briefly, while we're speaking of the online fundraiser, we had met our early goal 10 days ago, and we weren't entirely sure what to do. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of buzzing over here. Is everybody else getting those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Sorry about that. But with our online fundraiser, we had met our early goal 10 days ago. We weren't entirely sure what to do with it, whether to, we just weren't sure how to proceed. And what we've basically done is just leave it there without promoting it. I've been watching it closely, and it's not really being shared on social media anymore. It's just kind of sitting there. I do a very low-key promotion of just pasting the link into the comment section of the daily Dhamma talks that Bhante gives each night after the broadcast. So after the regular viewers, the core viewers are gone, I just paste it into the site. It seems to be working. In 10 days, $1,200 additional dollars have been contributed. So averaging about $122 per day with virtually no real push for it. So that seems to be good. If everyone agrees, we can just kind of leave it there, see what happens. But definitely when it's ready to be moved to the sirimanglo.org, that'll be a great thing, because we won't have the issues with people being encouraged to give donations to the You Caring site as well. It'll be strictly our organization. That leads
George
to...
is trying to get in.
Oh, okay.
But he says it's full.
Oh, okay. Oh, here he is.
There he is.
Oh, hello.
Hi, George.
It was full previously, so I couldn't join. So I was the one sending those annoying messages. Sorry about that.
Oh, well, we're glad you're here now.
Oh, happy days.
Yeah, that's the only problem with obviously the Google Hangouts, you can only fit 10, and it's great that there are so many interested people. That's awesome, really. So maybe a little later you can let us know whether you found any site similar to Big Blue Button where we might be able to have a whole bunch of people all at once.
Sure, okay.
Okay. But just while we were on the subject of the online fundraiser and all that, adjacent to that, we had discussed last time finding ways to save on the PayPal fee. Right now, PayPal is removing 3% of our donations as their fee for converting currencies and so forth. I'm not sure if anyone else has come up with, was able to find anything cheaper, but Jeff did have a really good suggestion with that. He says that once you become a registered charity, the PayPal fee drops to, I believe he said 1.6%. So I think that's something that was kind of hoped to be in the works anyways, to become a registered charity.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's...
So I'm supposed to be responsible for that, but I could use some help if anybody wants to help me figure that out. Robin, you sent me some links to some Canadian government sites.
Yes, and Jeff said he had, Jeff's not here, is he? No. Jeff wasn't sure if he could make it today, but he had filled out some initial paperwork years ago when Bhante was back in Winnipeg, and he says he still has that and he'd be willing to redo it. It's just sort of the starting point for becoming a nonprofit and registered charity, which would be really good so that there's no chance that if this organization becomes very self-sufficient that we'd end up paying taxes and things like that. Certainly don't want to end up paying taxes, so it seems like a pretty important thing to do. But Jeff said he would be able to help with filling out that initial paperwork.
I've got the form downloaded. I can forward on to people if you like. I had a little scout round and had a look at some of the alternative options instead of PayPal. And I spoke to somebody at work who handles these kind of things all the time. He said you'd be kind of hard pressed really to find any kind of rate that differs from the PayPal by a significant amount. And I think I had a look on quite a number of them, and the PayPal registered as a charity rate seems to be the cheapest one that I could find, at least. Without doing things like maybe like e-checks and things like that, but they're a bit of a pain for people to go through the steps to give money. So
yeah, PayPal does seem to be a good option. I mean, people are familiar with it. It's respected. And it does all that currency conversion, which is awesome. Thank you for checking into it, Darren.
No problem.
Did anyone else find anything else that we should look into as far as a source of collecting our donations?
Tina has a good point that she makes in Google Docs.
Oh.
Is that Tina who just sent that to us?
Yeah, I sent a document. I don't know if you all can
Tina,
see
I tried to
it.
open it,
I sent
but it
you.
says you need to give us permission.
I sent you back a share invite in your email.
Okay.
Can you check?
Checking.
The point is that bank transfer is fixed, so with large amounts of money, it's actually cheaper than PayPal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if Anthony can check how much is the bank charge for receiving international wire transfer, then that you can calculate that amount. Above that amount, it's good for people to, for us, for receiver to get money from using wire transfer. But if it's a small amount, sorry?
Yes, so you're saying the rate would be lower if the transfer is large.
Right. And if people donate donate small money, then PayPal should be a better than wire transfer option.
Yeah, definitely. I know on the sender end, something like TransferWise, it only charges a few dollars, like $3 to the sender. But Anthony, do you know offhand what the what your bank charges?
No, I'll have to ask them. I thought it was 0, but I don't think we've received an international transfer yet.
Wire transfer, okay. I know when you sent the international wire transfer to me, my bank charged $10, which for
Okay.
a large donation, it wouldn't, I mean, for a very large donation, $10 would probably be better than PayPal's 3%.
Could I, sorry, just to jump in before I forget, Anthony, there have probably been a couple of donations recently from the monastery here or there in Stony Creek. So again, if you have these strange donations and you don't know where they're from, the monks have just been depositing money. I told them not to, but
Okay.
That was nice of them.
yeah, well, people try to offer me money, and because I say no to it, they collect it and they put it in the bank account.
That's awesome. George, now that you're here, did you want to go over anything that you had done with org.sirimangalo.org?
Sure. I haven't done anything with org.sirimangalo.org, but I can confirm about Access.
Okay.
I had a pretty busy week. However, I did understand that we won't be meeting for 2 more weeks, by which time I'll have no problem in completing a mock fundraiser page.
Awesome.
And I noticed a couple of days ago I received quite an informative summary of information from Darren about different volunteers and minute meetings and stuff, which if I got again after this meeting would be enough content for org.sirimangalo supporter summary kind of thing.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll look forward to your update in a couple of weeks. And thank you very much, Darren, for sending out the reminders to everybody. That was awesome.
And the audio database I nearly finished thanks to Bond's, Mr. Keevel's dedicated work. But I'll post that on the Facebook page in 2 or 3 days for review.
Thank you. Also, did you get a copy of the volunteer newsletter, George?
Was that just sent out just before this meeting?
Just last night.
Then I won't have read it yet.
Okay.
I will read that.
Okay. Yeah, to just encourage everybody, if you have updates to, if you go to, let's see, you sent an email to volunteer@sirimangalo.org, and it will go to our entire emailed volunteer group, which is going to be great just for getting, important updates that you want people to know about. Maybe in addition to the Facebook page, it's probably good to put them on both at this point. But just to
did my email work?
Yes, you
So
sent.
everyone got that?
I did, and I know Bante did. He responded. Did everyone else get a copy of Doug's reply to all?
I got it.
Yep, I got it.
So as you receive an email, if you have something to add to it, if you just hit reply, it's going to go automatically to everybody. I think if you want to start a brand new thread or a brand new email, then you just go to your own private email and type in volunteer@sirimangalo.org, and you can start a new email that will go out to everyone. So it's going to be a really good way for us to communicate with one another. Just one thing, I believe that members have access to the membership list to see everyone's email, so if anyone's very sensitive about having their email viewed by other people, that may be a consideration. Just wanted to let people know about that in case there's any concerns.
Thank you.
Thanks. Just real quick from last week, there was a hydro expense that we weren't sure about, and also the domain for the McMaster Buddhism Association. Do we need to do anything with those this week, or is that all set, Bante?
What?
Sorry. Last week there was a question on hydro expense.
What question?
That we weren't sure what it was, or if there was anything that needed to be done with that.
No.
Okay. Alrighty.
You sent me an email, Beyonce, to say that had been all the detail had been passed to Anthony, I think, if I remember rightly. So I'm guessing it's settled. It's all sorted.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. And then just for the rest of the old information, just a quick recap of the good things that happened this week, which are, again, our online fundraiser continues to, chug along and receive donations from generous people, which is awesome. Jimmy card request was responded to quickly. That was nice. And the other request that we had put on Facebook was for wall hangings, and a couple of people sent messages that they were either going to make wall hangings or purchase wall hangings. So hopefully those will be on the way to you soon, which is very, very nice, very generous. And then on new business, this is kind of real new. Last night in our Dhamma talk, a couple people were asking about water, and this is something that can be controversial, bottled water. I don't know if you got my email, Bhante.
Yeah, we're not using bottles. We're using the big
big jugs.
Plastic things.
Okay.
They're recyclable, so it's not an issue of landfill or anything. But it's an issue of quality, but I think it's all reverse osmosis as far as I understand.
Yeah,
it's not spring water or anything, but it's they have very powerful filters that I think are better than they're finding drugs in the tap water here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's my thought was just in a college environment where people are very concerned about the environment and so forth, ecological issues. Sometimes bottled water is it's looked down on as an uninformed.
We're not using bottles. We're using filtered reverse osmosis.
Oh, okay.
You don't throw them out.
Oh, okay, so like a water service or something?
Yeah, you don't have these in America, like a water cooler with the big plastic 20 liter or whatever they are, 10 liter?
We do, yeah. It's fairly controversial.
Why?
Well, there's environmental issues of trucking water, using the fuel to truck water, the water rights, taking water out of communities. There's a lot on documentaries. It's probably not something that's worth taking a whole lot of time right now. There's also health concerns. Water sitting in plastic bottles is potentially not as healthy as water that's freshly moving through a tap. And as an alternative, there are home filtration systems. That was what I wanted to get to. If you wanted us to look into a home filtration system so that you're not dependent upon water being delivered or donated.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, if you have your own filtration system, there are some pretty good ones. And then, your water from the tap would be good. You wouldn't have to depend on a delivery or a donation or anything. So, that's something we can look into if you like.
Sure.
Okay. Does anyone by chance have a subscription to Consumer Report, an online subscription or print subscription or anything? Because I was trying to look into the water filtration systems. Just, in the long run, it's a little more sustainable too. You don't have to wait for delivery. And I was locked out. I think I looked at Consumer Reports too much and I got locked out. So I was wondering if anybody had a subscription to that.
Library should have Consumer Report subscribed.
Library?
Yeah, library.
Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you. I'll check it out and just report back, and see what I found out for water filtration systems. There are some that aren't all that expensive, but we can look into that.
I think it definitely has to be reverse osmosis, because that's what the supermarkets will use when they sell the filtered water.
Yeah, I mean, they're not trucking it. Most of the places have a big machine. Like I've seen these big filter things, and they just bottle it right there and sell it.
So they're selling you filtered water, but you can filter your own water if you have confidence in the.
It's big. They got the big one.
Yeah, if you have confidence in the filter, you can filter your own water.
It's probably more cost effective to buy it from the supermarket though, because if you buy your own filtering system, you're gonna have to change the cartridges, change the system, clean it.
That's a good point. I can
Supermarket will deliver it for 10p a bottle, something like that, and there'll be no fluoride or heavy metals in that water.
I've never heard of supermarkets delivering water.
Well, they don't deliver it. People go and pick it up.
How do you get it, Bhante?
People pick it up.
So people bring it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, if it ever comes in short supply, just let us know. We can look into at that point getting a home filter if it's not if water's not being brought over or donated or anything. We can just kind of leave it at that. But where I am, you have to buy, if you buy filtered water from the supermarket, it's actually pretty expensive. So maybe different in different places, and the supermarkets don't deliver it. You have to go and drag it home yourself and it's heavy. So let us know if that's in short supply. We can check into home filtration. Any thoughts on planning food for resident meditators? Tina had put together some things on different restaurants and different things in the area. And Tina, did you want to talk about what you had in your email?
Which one?
The more recent one. You were going to set up like a food calendar on sirimangalo.org?
Oh yeah, I was thinking to put a calendar into the food supporting page in Sirimangalo, and so if meditator comes to attend the training course, we know what day the meditator has lunch to eat. So each day the calendar want to show the number of the meditator currently live in the meditation center, and if there is any food provided on that day. So
the calendar, you know how you add a calendar, you go to Google Calendars, and under the calendar settings, there will be some code that you have to copy and paste into the post in WordPress. So in the WordPress, when you create a new page, you switch to the HTML editor, or it's called plain text, I think, something like that. And then you just paste that code in there.
yeah.
You click on the text tab, and then you copy paste into the.
But
you can see I've done it on. Actually, I just did it on Mac.
yeah, I saw it before, but it disappeared.
Yeah, I don't think it's on the new site.
Yeah. When you had it up. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. But to receive if there is local people want to offer lunch for meditator, we need a person to receive the food. And if there is no local people on that day to offer food, we probably maybe food can be delivered from restaurant, or grocery can be delivered from grocery store, but we need a person to cook the lunch for meditator.
Yeah, I can check out. I already see one or two couple of places around the area, because right now I'm in the monastery, right? So
to the east of here, there's a on the 18th, there's a Food Basics opening up right down the street.
Oh, 18th?
It's not open yet. On the 18th, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So this Friday.
I already decided. I mean, when I go to the restaurant, and then yesterday too, I got the menus and then get some information, and then but I will go for almost every food stores, like a restaurant, and then we check out how we can get the food, like it's depend on number of people, how many meditators we will have, for a day, and then I can order for sure, and then I can bring it to the monastery, and then I can prepare some, and depend on what kind of menu and so on. So on. I can work on with Tina, I think, for the.
Yeah, I think I can work with you, and I can receive online supporters. They want to offer meal, and then put a name of the supporter on specific day for the for offering lunch or grocery, and then I work with you and you in charge of the local.
Sure. That's
Right.
what that's what I really like to. I mean, I can put, then you will direct me the people, as you said, right? I will go to the,
Tina, I've just shared a calendar with you, and it's now up. You can see I've embedded it in a page here.
Oh, okay.
Put it in the chat.
So
I was just doing that. Okay.
Better
basically,
I created because I've got the admin privileges and all that.
Well, I was just doing that on org.
Maybe we want it on org. No, well, actually, what I've created is a public calendar, so we can use it for public events and stuff. But maybe it's better to have the food schedule on it as well. I don't know, just so the public can see.
Yeah, for sure. The food thing doesn't need to be on org.
Yeah, more views would be better. So Aruna, basically, if someone showed up, in the very near future to meditate, you'd be able to kind of coordinate making sure they had something for their meal for the day?
Yeah, I can do. It's all depend on how many people, and then I'm kind of worried about we have to talk about that in a little bit about what kind of foods and then how we can offer and then so on. Some might not be comfortable with some kind of food, right? Basically.
And so for online supporters, if they want to offer meal, I'll try to ask them to contact me 1 week before, so you can plan for that. It's easier for you.
Yeah. I think for every retreat or somehow we need to. I think maybe I have talked with you and then Robin probably to figure out how many people and then what kind of menus and then what kind of foods and then what time and then so on. I mean, I need to have kind of proper straight like a plan, a kind of thing. Then I can work on that plan, right?
Okay.
I don't.
Well, the meditators are on 8 precepts, so they would eat before noon. So. So just as long as they had something to eat before noon, that would be good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mainly I think what kind of thing. What kind of food I'm going to order or what kind of food I'm going to prepare over here. That's the main.
Would it be very expensive to have deli food, like from the supermarket where they have the deli? Is that cheaper than restaurant food?
I think it's the same. But buying any kind of prepared food from a grocery store tends to be about the same as restaurant food.
Okay.
So it's still up in the air, but.
Yeah. Is it like a Chinese or like what kind of? I mean, like either it's vegetarian, I mean, or vegan, or kind of like.
Bhante, when people come to meditate, do they typically let you know about any special dietary needs that they have? Do you accommodate that, or are they expected to just eat, whatever is offered?
I don't think we've had any vegetarians in Stony Creek yet. Not that I can think of. I can't remember, actually.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, there was me, but I didn't really make an issue out of it.
You're a vegetarian.
Maybe we can go for 2 menus or like a 2, then they might have a kind of choice. Or 2 or 3.
Okay, well, if someone shows up within the next 2 weeks, you'll kind of make sure that they have something to eat. They don't starve there or something.
Well, in the next 2 weeks, I think Aruna is hopefully planning on doing a course himself, so
Awesome.
cooking food might not be.
That's true. That's true. So, okay, so if you need something sent, let us know.
Yeah. Wait. Let's see.
Yeah, buying grocery. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I can try to make a restaurant list that deliver their food. They offer delivery of service.
Yeah, Grocery Gateway offers delivery in Canada, and that's what we were using at the old monastery, sending a weekly order. But for groceries, which are much cheaper, you need somebody to cook them. If Arun is taking a course, he may not, he wouldn't probably be able to cook. So then everything else kind of falls into the same category, whether it's prepared food from the market, from the deli, or from a restaurant. It all tends to be roughly the same price.
So before Grocery Gateway was a regular thing, I was ordering through Just Eat and websites like that. So that's still possible.
Yeah, that was the one that people, I think, outside of Canada were not able to use. I had tried that early, and they wouldn't accept. But you being there in Canada, you could do that, so that's good. Okay, so that sounds like it's got a fairly good plan in place for the next couple of weeks. Just one thing that George had asked about earlier was a logo for sirimangalo.org. It seems like there's not really an exact logo at this time.
Well, we're not a corporation. I mean, do we really need a logo?
If somebody has graphic design, that would, graphic design skills, that would be cool. Either anybody here or maybe anybody that we can contact through Facebook. There's lots of people that are just able to do those things. They have graphic design skills and software, and maybe somebody would be willing to, put together a few different logos for you to choose, or for us to choose which one might best represent the. It's certainly not vital, but it is nice just to have something for the icon for the Sirimangalo website, the YouTube page, the Gmail, just to kind of tie it all in together. Right now we've been using the picture with the meditators, or the people holding hands, and that works well enough. But if there's somebody that has graphic design, that might be nice too.
Do you have any ideas for inspiration? So a Dharma wheel, perhaps, or something like this.
Oops. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
It's just that nobody has any ideas, and it doesn't seem like Siri's that fussed about having a logo.
Yeah.
But it could just use the text, Sirimangalo, in one particular font. And that could be used throughout on the PayPal screen, on the Gmail screen, just so there's a sense of consistency, so people know they're in the same organization.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe the text Sirimangalo could be decorated to part of the text could look like a person meditating.
That would be cool. Yeah, that was my thought, that having the consistency so people know that they're in the right spot. I think that's fairly important. So, Bhante, would you mind if I just asked on Facebook and through the newsletter to see if anybody has those skills that could maybe submit a couple of different prototypes to see what might look good?
We could just use the people wheel.
Okay. George, did you need a better quality copy of it, you said?
I made one.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, so then if we go with the people.
Do you have a vector graphic of it?
Yeah, that's what I made. It's on the Facebook page.
Ah, excellent.
Cool.
So then maybe you have it on the Facebook page now?
Yeah, it's on the files on the supporters group. It's only the vector file, but I'll post one that can be opened more easily. I'll post a few different sizes later.
Okay, great. Then I'll move over to using those as like profile pictures and things like that for the different things to tie them all in together. Another thing, there was a request to consider changing the time of the volunteer meetings to 3 p.m. instead of 12 noon Eastern time. So if you're not in the same time zone, so 3 hours after where we're currently meeting. Is 3 hours after this current time, is that a good or bad time for anyone?
It's okay for me. That's fine.
Okay.
Tina?
Probably not able to join, but I can always watch the meeting later.
And Tina, you're on the mailing list, so that will help as well, right?
But Tina's more important than me, so.
No.
Yeah, no. So I made the request, but yeah, no, I don't want to put anyone out because obviously I'm the person in the middle of nowhere, relatively speaking. So yeah, no, that's fine. No worries at all.
I can try to join.
It's very tricky for me because I'm in bed. If you
What day and time is it in Australia, Doug?
It's about 3 o'clock in the morning
Oh
on
my
Monday.
goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
You are super dedicated.
I'm in a small flat, so my wife is sleeping beside me.
Oh my goodness.
Well, actually, she's not sleeping. She's pretending. Yeah. So,
You are super dedicated to be here at 3 a.m.
Yeah. I'll be unconscious.
I want to help, so.
Thank you so much.
Anywho, so yeah, so keep the same time. That's no worries at all. But you'll understand perhaps if I'm more active on the mailing list rather than than in the Hangouts. Also, I'm a touch camera shy because of privacy and
Sure.
The nature of my work. So.
Sure. Well, however you choose to contribute is, your time and your talents is really appreciated. And it's very impressive that you're there at 3 a.m. today.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Indeed. Okay, Anthony, you had a suggestion to change the web host?
No, it wasn't the best idea anyway, so.
Okay, scratching
don't
that.
have to worry about that. But I wouldn't mind if somebody was able to correspond with me about properly getting, the not-for-profit status.
Is there anyone?
I think that's a good priority.
Yeah, somebody can help me, like say, this is the correct form, stuff like that.
Are there any
I think
other
I've got the
government
form.
groups in Canada that can.
And Bond says I've done that in Ontario.
Awesome, Bond. Would you be willing to jump in and help Anthony with that?
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah, he says yes.
Bond, we
Awesome.
haven't met. He's in our province, but we haven't met him yet.
Yeah, Bond is a good person. And Sasha, this is the first time that you've been in our group. With the various things that are kind of in the works, and apologies, we're all, this is very much on the fly. Is there anything in particular that you feel that you'd be able to help out with, any area that you'd like to? I think you're in technology as well, right?
Yes. Actually, I propose to help with exactly what George is doing now, but I'm not a professional like he is. So I'm just listening, and if I see where I can help, I will just let you know.
Awesome. If you can, keep in touch with George. I know George has at times needed people to test things, and I think that's correct, right, George? From people to test things that you're working on, or
right now, but I have a list which I could add Sasha to.
Thank you. So, is there anything else that anybody had to bring up for stuff over the next 2 weeks?
Sure. One more thing from me is that we haven't the organization, we haven't filed our taxes yet. So if I don't know if Bond, if you're willing to help out with that as well, I'd appreciate it.
Do you actually have to pay taxes? Is Sirimangalo actually in a position of paying taxes right now?
I hope not, but Jeff was saying that we have to file them either way.
Okay. Yeah, I had looked up real quick Canadian income tax levels, and in the U.S. under a certain level you pay nothing at all. But it looked like in Canada you paid a percentage regardless of how low the income is. Does that sound
I
right?
hope not, because as an individual, I don't have to pay if my income is low.
Okay, maybe what I was looking at wasn't correct or something.
Dr. Bond. Anthony,
Yeah.
did you get my, you understood what I was asking about the bookstore and the check?
Thanks for reminding me about that. I'm going to send the check to the person today.
Okay.
For the bookstore, is that just simply we pay that to McMaster, or I could look that up online?
It's it's the same as the tuition payment.
Okay.
Just using my student number as the account.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can settle that as well.
And now that Aruna is here, he's got my bank card.
Oh yeah, I reported to Robin yesterday. Yeah.
Actually, if you have Bante's bank card, there was a short list of things that were needed at the monastery, things like light bulbs and a whiteboard. And my intention was when I was there last weekend to go and get those. And it was Labor Day and the stores were closed. So, Aruna, if I can email you that list, is that something? It's basic things like light bulbs, whiteboard, maybe half a dozen things. Is that something you might be able to pick up and?
Sure.
Oh wait, no, that's using Bante's credit card. Or is it the Sirimangalo?
No, it's mine.
Oh, no.
With a bank card.
Bad idea.
I mean, there's money, and there's lots of money in there from the student loan, but it's all borrowed money.
That's not. I'm sorry. Bad idea. Scratch that. I'll send that through Amazon or something. There should be 2 Amazon things being received on Tuesday. The delivery for some small gifts for the monks that are coming for the inauguration, that should be delivered on Tuesday. And then on just a couple days before the inauguration, a vacuum cleaner should be delivered. So those are things that are both supported by Sirimangalo. So Anthony, I'll send you receipts for those items, if that's okay.
Thank you. And once I get those, I can reimburse you.
Yes, thank you.
We need a donation box, but that might be something we have to do locally. Although I did put on my wish list a kind of a metal lock box that would work.
That would be good.
Just in case people try to donate money, it's allowable to have a box. If they say, is there somewhere I can put it? We can say, well, there's this box here. And it's up to them. If they put it in there, then someone else can take care of it.
But if you use a cardboard box, like just a temporary or...
It doesn't look that professional. It's not that.
I can make it. Whatever.
I was thinking the cardboard box too.
Yeah, I think maybe nobody.
Yeah, if somebody's good with woodworking, you know, most of the ones that you see at a temple or monastery, they're made of wood.
A donation box before out of wood in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
That would be good.
And I remember in the shed out back, there's a little padlock, small little padlock. I'm not sure if the key was with it, but you probably want to have one of those on it.
Just get some wood and make one.
Okay.
Okay. So I have one thing to show you. I made 2 of this already and 1 to go. So probably sometime this coming week, I will send them to the monastery.
Oh, those look nice, Dina. Can you hold them up a little bit? Very nice. Wow.
It's smaller than I imagined. See? You want to show everybody? My daughter is holding it.
She's so cute.
It's smaller than I imagined, so I'll probably make bigger ones later.
Oh, that's nice. Those are nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we should probably go. The Visuddhimagga class starts right now. So thank you, everyone. And if anything comes up after this, is everybody here on the volunteer mailing list as far as you know? I think offhand I have everybody's email here.
Mm-hmm. Who's not on the list?
But yeah, Bond isn't.
Oh, okay. Bond, you probably don't want to give your email on live broadcast, but I'll message you and get your email if that's okay. All right, thank you, everyone. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and we'll keep in touch over the over Facebook and the volunteer email.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, all.
Thank you all.
And thank you, Darren, for the reminders. That was awesome.
No problem. Do you want me to do the same again this week?
Would be great.
Send the list through? Sure, no problem.
Thank you so much. Take
That's
care, all.
very
We'll
helpful.
see you.
Bye.
I know.
Bye.